Aloha, y'all. It is Wednesday, Woden's Day, named after Odin. Woden's Day, Wednesday. Etymologically, esoterically, it's a Mercury ruled day. It is the 28th of May. The Sun and Moon and Mercury and Jupiter and Gemini. I'll reference the astrology as we go. But the cards we pulled for this Woden's Day are the Eight of Wands, the King of Wands, and the wild card is coming from the Art Oracles deck. Marcel Duchamp, how apropos for such a trickster energy day. So, the Eight of Wands is the card of the day. If you are a fire sign, you're a wand. So if you're a Leo, a Sagittarius, or an Aries, a Leo, or a Sagittarius, you are a wand. It's like the action of spirit, compulsion to go, get going action-wise. So taking initiative, striving for improvement, harnessing the available energy coming in. On page 116, Eight of Wands, I can't make this happen. Right, very Mars in Leo trining Venus and Aries. It's the self-confidence that pushes you forward energetically. The Eight of Wands shifts from the intense fiery struggles of the Seven of Wands, the previous card, to the magical glow of visions heading for the stars. A sense of the mystical has replaced the antagonism, and we can now see the light emanating from a luminous destination. The Eight of Wands contains a high level of energy and thrust which propels ideas and adventures forward. Jupiter conjunct the Moon in Gemini. The Sun conjunct Mercury in Gemini, right? It's like, hey, let's go fuck around and find out. Let's have some fun. Let's explore. The floor is lava. Run around. As ideas soar high, though, there is still much work to be taken care of. Saturn and Pisces. You can't just only have fun. There is no time to just sit and watch the sky because this card demands very focused attention. Eights deal with structure, the geometries, while the wands carry the raw combustion energy. Raw energy without a structure becomes rogue energy, unable to be harnessed towards a goal or purpose. The shadow of Uranus and Taurus trining Pluto retrograde in Aquarius is like, everything's electric. What do we do? What do we do with this? Once you have the accurate geometry of your trajectory and the propellant to reach where you want to go, you can work with complete concentration, your productivity increasing exponentially. However, there's almost always a natural tendency when things start to move decisively towards the destination to relax into the ride, like the tortoise and the hare. The hare is like, I'm going to win. I'm just going to chill and go take a nap or whatever. In the shadow Gemini, all that Gemini energy is like, I'm playing, and if I'll dick around a little here. Once you have the accurate geometry of your trajectory and the propelling where you want to go, I already read that. Okay, so it is in the detailing of a product, a work of art, or a piece of music, separating the wheat from the chaff, that makes all the difference. The elements of an idea can be created rapier fast. Jupiter and Gemini conjunct the Moon. Sun conjunct Mercury in Gemini. But it is in the details, the unique composition and interplay of the elements, which separate a good idea from a really outstanding idea. Uranus and Taurus trining Pluto in retrograde. Also, the Sun and Mercury conjunct are trining that as well. So it's like, it's harnessing our genius, not just being a genius. Very often, the detailing can be exacting and agonizing. Saturn and Pisces, Chiron and Aries. Being willing to draw or compose something for the 10th time when the 9th was good enough, or minutely adjust the bass on a track in an all-night stint to get it as good as it possibly can be. This is the part where the final boost to get into the outer orbit can sometimes empty the fuel tank, so we hope we have gained just enough propulsion to reach the frictionless vacuum of space. Greatness demands a drive unseen in most people. Mars and Leo trining Venus and Aries. You got to have that fire. As you work on an idea, what can you add just a fraction of to transform it from a good thing to an exceptional thing? Hard work isn't enough to achieve success. You must always be learning with the aim to continuously improve. You must be discerning enough to know what is working, what isn't, and act on what you discover. Pluto retrograde in Aquarius. We're figuring out what's not working in the our hacks and our schematics. You must become skilled at creating the environmental conditions to make success inevitable. So the Eight of Wands, taking initiative, striving for improvement, harnessing the available energy coming in. Because there's so much Mercury energy, Sun conjunct Mercury, Moon conjunct Jupiter in Gemini, right? We can really tap into a lightness of being, an air, a playfulness, right? We can leave our scorched earth policy behind and move towards a portal of actualization, but it's going to take focus, right? And the clarifying card is the King of Wands. Once again, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, you guys are wands, but this is the grounded part, the practical, embodied part of inspiration and zeal, the earthy part of fire. On page 74, King of Wands, I seek to change the world, even to change worlds. Leave one world, go to the portal for the next. The inner strength, courage, and leadership, standing up for yourself and others, being direct in your purpose, and applying self-discipline. So it's like we have to be disciplined and keep things in a trajectory and an orbit to get to the goal. It's like pull back your arrow, aim, and shoot, hit the target, right? Walk like an Egyptian. And here's some pyramids. Here's some pyramids. And we have this wand, right? He's got the staff. We can be geniuses, but we have to actually make it so. Walk forward and make it grounded and practical in reality, not just daydream. Ideas are like farts in the wind. You got to like harness them or else they disappear. So the art oracle card is Marcel Duchamp, very mercurial trickster energy here. Now you see why I pull these cards. It's super resonant and synchronistic. The granddaddy of Dada, or like Dadaism, and precursor to pop, like Andy Warhol, Marcel Duchamp wrote the fuzzy blueprint for conceptual art and gifted art history, the ready-made, a mass-produced object elevated to art status by the baptizing artist. An example is his famous fountain, which you can see in the background here, nay, a common urinal. Wordplay and irony were God to Duchamp, right? Jupiter conjunct the moon in Gemini, Sun conjunct Mercury in Gemini. Like we're playing around. Pluto and that Sun and Mercury trining Pluto retrograde in Aquarius, defying cultural expectations and changing, beliefs about things. He caused a consternation early in his career with a piece called Nude, Descending a Staircase number 2, a mechanical painting of the eponymous action with nary a nude bit distinguishable. Trickster energy, right? Play on words. Recognition only found Duchamp in his twilight years, but his posthumous legacy is having a heyday. So the advice we're getting from Duchamp is, may your bathroom humor leave a serious legacy, right? You may not actually ever get to your goal in your lifetime, but if you get your trajectory right and you aim and triangulate and put the fuel in, you can say go and make that action move towards the target, right? And walk towards your goals. And maybe it's not even during your life. And this even looks like a pyramid. Maybe it's not even during your life, but your magic continues afterwards, posthumously, and you affect the world with your efforts, with your focus, with your actions of inspiration, with your work. Make it so, as they say in Star Trek. So make it so with your magic. Everyone's got a very different magic. Holler for a reading. I can help you understand yours. And, offer it. See how his hands are like open? He's offering his humor. The Emperor has no clothes. Not everything you see is what you think it is, kind of trickster energy. And that is how we elevate, enlightenment, how we move towards a higher frequency, a new dimension. That is the mission of life, the Gandalf walking stick, and the magic that we all possess, readily available to anybody. So, if you've enjoyed this, tag somebody, share it, get the word out. I can't share everything and I can't tag everything, so do that. And if you've enjoyed it, somebody else will probably also enjoy it. And if you want a reading, holler. I give them for 3 hours, $150 for 3 hours for astrology, and 1 hour of cards is $50. But if it's your birthday, that's half off on both or either. So that's a great deal. Holler at me on your birthday and you can get yourself a little gift at half off. And if you tell somebody to come my way, if you refer someone to me, you get half off on cards, which is such a great deal. So keep that in mind. Obviously, I've got the Team Rabbit Hole podcast. We had a great episode yesterday. I'll post that in the comments. Episode 313 with Shanine. Been trying to talk to her forever, but she's a beautiful creature who's from Northern Ireland and a poet and a mother and a mystic. So check that out if you feel so inclined. And yeah, I'll catch y'all on the flip side. Enjoy your Woden's Day. Adios.